going into the lower body for several different variations of squats. One is the split squat. The split squat can be performed with dumbbells. It can be performed with a straight barbell on your back. You can do it within a squat rack, any floor area. You can do it up against a cable machine. With this exercise, you're going to accentuate your training muscle groups of the quads, the glutes, some hamstring, and your adductors. So a very multifaceted exercise as far as all the lower body extremity. With your split squat, when you take your position, you want to take a pretty good stride in your stance. I'm going to focus on keeping that front heel down. My back heel will be up, and that back knee is also allowed to bend on this motion. The other thing is too, is I'm going to come from a front position for a moment. When you do take your stance on a split squat, if I were to actually bring this foot right back forward, my position's basically even with my shoulder width, and that's what I step back with. Oftentimes I'll see people take too narrow of a stance and then they really sit and struggle for balance. So I wanted to give you that note right there. With your split squat, it's a very forward and back motion with the leg that's forward. And when I mention forward and back, oftentimes when I first teach this exercise, I'll be in front on the floor and I'll place my hand in position, have the client take their knee into that hand to lower down. Now, the other old school rule that I want to kind of talk about, or old school myth, is don't ever let the knee go past the toe. In this motion, again, that knee is designed, it can go in full range of motion or full flexion at the joint as long as there's no pain. If you're tight around the knee, that can increase as you do this exercise. The other thing is too, is I'm maintaining keeping my heel down, and I've got full range, increasing the strength around the ligaments and the tendons. There's absolutely no pain in this motion to me. Some of the research and studies they've done, particularly with skiers, when trained in a full range of motion of the joints, for example, their percentage of knee injuries in their sport completely went down, because again, they were strengthening through that whole range of motion that body part's designed to go in. So with every exercise we talk about, as long as there's no pain and you have that flexibility, train in that motion. With the split squat too, I'm staying upright, I'm not leaning into it. I'm staying upright, back leg is bent, that heel is up, this one's staying down. Now I'm going to push back into my start position. As I lower, I'm going to let that knee travel forward, and I'm going to push back. I could have a barbell on my back. If I did, that would put even more accentuation on the glute and the hip. All right, this also is part of unilateral training where my emphasis is on the leg that's in front, versus if you're in a lot of leg machines or leg press machines, both legs are in motion, your dominant one's going to take over. I would then switch leg positions and again put the emphasis on the opposite leg for my split squat. When using dumbbells, you want to think about keeping your hands slightly behind your hips. By doing that, you're going to keep those shoulders back and chest up and maintain proper upper body position. So your split squat, hands are slightly behind my hips. I'm going to travel forward and I'm going to push back. I'm going to breathe in and exhale. On this exercise, as it starts to get a little bit harder, you want to think about leaning where you need to go. So in other words, if you're getting near the end of your set, you're going pretty heavy. When you go to come out of these, rather than lifting up through the hips, which is common, and then pushing back, when you do that, you've really lost the emphasis of the recruitment of this exercise. Travel forward, lean your upper body where you need to go, and that's basically leading it.